92.9 Breakfast with Basil and Zave.
Hey, great to be back. And here it is, the first Monday back edition of the podcast. And what a return, X, for Rocker or Shocker.
Yeah, it was an absolute ripper. And I tell you, I also had a shocker, Baz. I was meant to go to dinner at your joint.
My kid's still flat.
I heard about the dinosaurs in the
Very, very flat. There's a rat in the rumour mill, and we're not talking about the mouse. But first up, the world is all eyes on Novak Djokovic. So let's go to Serbia. We want to know how the people of Serbia, it's just gone midnight in Belgrade, the capital. How are they handling this news that their number one man is in detention in Australia? And before the court, Sasha Osmo is a Serbian sports journalist. Followed a very similar path to mine, actually, over there. They call him the Serbian Basil Zemplic.
Oh, do they?
Sasha, good morning.
Good evening for me, and I appreciate that tune to begin with.
Well, that's the very least we can do because we've got your number one man locked up at the moment. How are the people in Serbia handling this?
Yeah, they're disappointed, angry to some extent, and it's, of course, getting a huge coverage on all possible stations and, not just in the media, in the public, but on the streets as well. So it's, you could call one of the biggest topics here today.
Sasha, how big is Novak in Serbia in terms of, he's an athlete, but how big is he overall?
I mean, we are a proud sports nation. We really take pride in our athletes, and we've had many great athletes throughout our history, volleyball players, basketball players, football players.
Yep.
But Novak Djokovic is definitely the greatest athlete this country has ever had.
Wow.
And, especially in terms of global popularity and everything. But you mentioned not just as an athlete. He is not universally loved here. Nobody is universally loved anywhere, but most of the people, cherish him, and especially, the older generation. I feel that one of his biggest successes here is that he got older people to watch sports, because of him.
Yeah.
You can see that every day, and with his charitable work and charity work and the way he treats people when he's here, just on the street and stuff. That's why he has support of Serbian people all the time, even when he makes mistakes.
Sure. Well, obviously a huge show of support on the streets in Serbia, a big protest in his favour. But, Sasha, as we know, Novak Djokovic is not vaccinated. He's had his reasons. Is there much discussion about his vaccination or lack of it? Or is this support because it appears as though the country of Australia has done the wrong thing by him?
There have been discussions about vaccinations, but prior to his landing in Australia, then the issue became, everything that happened afterwards, the way he was treated and everything. So, yes, and the fact is that he did not speak about vaccination, not pro-vaccine, no anti-vaccine. So, that kind of silenced that debate in a way, because he didn't give any material to work with, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Sash, do you find it fair that it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander? If you're not vaccinated, you're not playing, regardless how good you are.
Could you come again? I didn't.
Maybe a bit of Aussie slang. You're right. I agree, Sash.
That was a slicing second serve there from Xavier Ellis, who nearly won the Norm Smith medal back in 2008.
Had 30, Sash. Hey, so everyone has to be vaccinated to play in the Australian Open. Novak is arguably the greatest tennis player of all time. Do you think it's fair or unfair that Novak should be able to play regardless of him being vaccinated?
I mean, I don't think if we should speak in terms of what's fair or not. We should speak in terms of what were the rules,
Yep.
And if the Australian government has said from the beginning there are no exemptions, either you're vaccinated and you're playing, or you're not vaccinated and you're not playing, then it would be completely fair.
Yep.
But if he did play by the Aussie book, and I really think he did, then he should play.
Yep.
So that's my opinion. And going forward, who knows what's going to happen?
Correct. Well, we're going to find out today, Sasha. Obviously, the court proceedings are just getting underway. We know it's late where you are. It's just gone after midnight in Belgrade. Sasha, thank you for your time. We might, if it's okay, check in with you in the subsequent days because it feels like whatever happens today, this story
There's more to come, yeah.
might have another turn or two to take. Thank you. And are you staying up tonight to find out what happens or you'll wake up in the morning and find out?
It's a mix of those things. I'll watch some of it and then I'll probably go to sleep a bit.
Good on you,
because
Sasha.
I have 15 of these interviews tomorrow.
I bet you do.
Sash, good
Just
on you, mate.
Google Xavier Ellis 2008. Sasha Osmo,
14
Serbian
marks, Sash.
sports journalist.
Triple M breakfast with Basil and Zave on 92.9 Triple M.
This is the summer edition of Rocker or Shocker. So we've been away 5 weeks from each other.
Yep.
And we want to know for you what dominated over the summer, what was really good, or were there some elements that you didn't like? Could be from yesterday, could be the cricket, could be that we couldn't get the 10th wicket.
I'm going to start with a mention to my younger brother. He's lived in Melbourne the last couple of years, locked down for 2 years, can't leave the house, can't do anything, can't go to work. Anyway, one of his close friends was he's an Indian chap who was getting married back home in India.
Right.
Tossed and turned over a long period of time whether he should go to India. Anyway, he bit the bullet and said, bugger it, I've done lockdown for 2 years. There's something like 570,000 active COVID cases in Australia. I've got a number on myself. In Victoria, you're going to get it at some stage. So he thought, bugger it, I'm going to go to India. I'm going to go to my mate's wedding. I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Got over there, enjoyed the festivities early the first few days.
Yeah.
The wedding was last night. He had to stream it. He got COVID.
He got before the wedding. Before the wedding.
Yes.
So he didn't
Mate,
even
I
get...
thought he'd been to the wedding, but he was just out partying. So, little brother in an isolation
Does
setup.
he feel a bit... Or
Just bugger it. He's now just going to try and work out how he can get home.
how's he going to get home?
Well, not real sure at the moment, but he's got to get a negative test and then book a flight, but flights are pretty hard to come by. So, anyway, he's in India at the moment, having a bit of a shocker.
Well, just on that theme, I'll throw a shocker out there as well. I mean, the situation on the East Coast with COVID numbers has been absolutely astronomical through the roof. It appears, and have I got
120,000 yesterday.
this right, though? It appears as though the people getting COVID, and I know there have been some deaths, and I know there are people in hospital and in ICU, but the Omicron variant, not as bad.
So 560,000 active cases, 73 people on event.
Okay, so not as bad.
No.
Not
And
as bad.
people get sick, and that's unfortunate. But, as I said earlier, I reckon, honestly, 80% of my mates would have had it over East.
Yeah, okay.
So-
All right. It's coming our way, isn't it? We'll talk about that a little bit later on. All right, I'm going to throw out there a rocker. Now, I'm not a home renovations type of bloke yet.
No.
Not even
Don't get
close.
their hands dirty?
Oh, well, no. You know what? I found myself very invested, though. So I've had a bit of work done around the backyard just to get it up to an acceptable
Very
standard.
invested.
Well, anyway, I must say it's come up a
Peach.
treat.
Oh, beautiful.
We've spent just about the whole summer break in the backyard, and the weather's been hot to
Yeah, it
trot.
has been. Yep.
Kids in the pool, little fella in the pool with the floaties, even Amy jumping in, rarely gets in.
Yeah, in.
But the water's been perfect,
Nah.
the temperature's been spot on, and I reckon I'm not the only one who spent most of this summer by the pool, if you're lucky enough to have a pool.
Give me a good outdoor area, or an outdoor area that's livable and fun, and you can jump around and play cricket, get in the pool, whatever, sand pits, whoever it is. Then a good indoor area. I love the outside, and I reckon the renovations would look great. Baz?
Hard to beat. A little bit more on that coming up. The X-Man was coming over to have a look. And
I won't do the show. I won't do it as a shocker.
I'm going to throw Johnny in from Como.
Oh, good morning, Johnny. How you going?
Good, Xavier. How are you?
Oh, 10 out of 10,
good,
mate.
Johnny. Happy New Year to you, brother.
Mate,
Thanks, mate.
Rocker, shocker, what are we going to lead with?
We've got a shocker.
Go, mate.
4 days before Christmas, out the back of Wandy, somebody ran up the back of my car and rode it off.
No.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, my beautiful, gorgeous little Alfa Romeo gone in a split second.
Oh,
How
bugger.
much love and care's gone into that car over the years, John?
There has.
Yeah. So were you in the car when they ran into you?
Oh yeah, I was doing a right-hand turn.
And it's a write-off.
It's a right because it was a Mitsubishi Prado just run straight up the back of me.
And how are you, though, Johnny?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Insured?
I was just more concerned. I was more concerned about the mother and two little kids that were sitting in the back seat.
Of your car?
Yeah.
Oh, are they all right?
Oh, fine. They came out without a scratch.
Okay. Well, I'm
goodness.
sorry to hear that, Johnny. And you're insured, are you?
Yeah.
All right, you're taking it well, John. Rya's in Butler. Morning, Rya. Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, Happy New Year, guys. How are you?
Going well, mate. Rocker or shocker?
Shocker.
Floor's yours, mate. Hit us.
So obviously just getting over the Christmas period. And my wife's birthday a few days before.
Oh, expensive.
Had my daughter's 13th birthday just the other day. And then my little fella's 3rd birthday coming up in a couple of days. The old girl was taking the kids to the beach, used my new car, and she's scratched the side of it on a tradies tray at the car park.
Hey, Ryan, what happens around March? Everyone seems to be born in about January.
I'll leave that one open to interpretation.
Okay.
Righto. Well done, Ryan. Good on you, mate.
Thank you, Ryan. That was a shocker. Jace is... Now, how's this for specific? Jason is on the border of Joondalup and Heathridge.
Yeah, important information, Jace.
It is important. Morning, Jace.
How you going, mate?
Yeah, Jace. Yeah, Happy New Year to you too, brother. Thanks for phoning through nice and early. Now, what have you got first?
I've got a shocker first. Obviously, a bit of a long story, but I'll try and keep it short.
Yep.
My wife was really sick last year in March. She's all better now.
Good.
But obviously, it's taken a huge toll. She hasn't worked. I've been working full time. Anyway, 2 weeks ago, my beloved dog got incredibly sick. 2 weeks before Christmas. And they didn't know what was wrong with him. It was very, very touch and go. Anyway, very, very expensive. It's very expensive too. And a couple of days before that, I lost my job. So... been a shocker, but anyway, it turns out I put something on Facebook with the group of the breed of my dog, and behind my back they'd set up a GoFundMe page.
Oh,
how good!
And raised over $5,000
Wow.
out of a $10,000 vet bill.
that's
Jace.
good news. Well, get the rocker there. Jace, good to see how things can turn around so quickly.
Yeah, you're never dead, are you, Baz?
Got to stay positive.
You
That's
do,
right.
always.
Well played, Jace. Where are we heading next?
Oh, Queen's Rock. Good morning, Claudia. You there, Claude?
Yeah, I'm here. Morning.
Good morning,
Morning,
mate,
Claude. Happy
and
New
welcome
Year.
back. Yeah, New Year. What are you going to do? Rocker, shocker, or a bit of both?
I've got a bit of both.
All right, what are you going to lead with?
So on Christmas Day, we was patrolling Queen's Beach. We had no incidences, so that was the rocker.
Yeah, right.
The shocker was that the sand was being a 40-degree day.
Yeah.
Burnt your feet, so you couldn't walk on the sand properly. So having to run between the water and the patrol and everything was just not fun.
No,
so
Claude.
going home and having to sit in the shower for a bit just to cool my feet off.
Claudia,
so,
well done for being out there, though, on Christmas Day. That's magnificent. Geez, we're well looked after on
Absolutely.
our beaches here,
Goodness
aren't we?
me.
The shark helicopters are up quite a bit.
Don't worry
weren't they?
about that. When they go up, I get out very, very quickly.
Alan's in Wellard to finish us off. What do you got, Al?
Bit of a shocker, but it kind of ends up with a rock
Well, that's
hand.
good.
How's that?
Yeah, go for it, mate.
Okay, 5 weeks ago, I was treating 4 skin cancers on my face with this chemo and a cream.
Yeah.
Thought it was going to be all good.
Yeah.
5 weeks later, I still look like I've come off my mountain bike and broke the fall with my face.
Oh,
I haven't
is it
had a
burning
show
them
in
off,
the
Al?
sun. No swimming, no sun, nothing for the last 5 weeks.
Bad time of the year, but everything's okay?
Oh, I'm going to be fine at the long term at the moment. Still no sun, still no swimming, nothing. So I haven't been able to swim during the heat wave or anything. It's
So
driving me
technically the
insane.
sun, the skin tags or whatever just fall off with that cream. Is that right, Al?
Oh, eventually they go from something the size of a match head to maybe twice the size of a 50-cent coin before they get better.
And then off they go.
With Basil and Zave on 92.9 Triple M.
One of the things you tend to do when you got a radio, it's nice to get over to one of the other people's houses just so you can, get to know each other a little better. Yeah, and get the families involved is important, Now, Emily hasn't met Amy yet, and Amy hasn't met Emily.
I'm joking here, and it's not because of this story.
It's the emotion, isn't it? So finally, and it was the Hail Mary because we were off for 5 weeks, and it wasn't until the
But different directions for the 5 weeks. You're down south, I'm at Roto for a while.
It wasn't until the Thursday before we're due back on Monday, and Monday being today, that finally the message goes out this time last week to X. Hey, X, no stress, no pressure.
Yeah.
But if you and Emma are free next Thursday, i.e. Thursday just gone, and want to pop over for an early dinner, because, of course, we've all got young kids, come over to the pool, weather looks good, come and have an early dinner.
He knows the text message off by heart. I reckon it's a copy-paste job. It just changes the name.
And then even better, the news comes back through from X. we're available. So I'm thinking,
Man,
wow.
looking forward to it too.
Well, yeah, I think you did. You added a
Yeah,
bit of salt and
yeah,
pepper like
yeah.
that. So, boy, the countdown is on Monday
Yeah.
afternoon, and we're thinking about Thursday. Now, with that, I've got the kids up and about.
Yeah, they're
I've
enjoying
got
it,
them. I've got them, you know, in janitors' uniforms that you see in American movies where they've
Yeah.
got the overalls
Yep,
and they've got the brooms and the
Mops and
shovels.
stuff,
Yep,
yeah.
so it's the
new
Ellises.
backyard.
The Ellises
Yeah.
are coming over to the Zemplis household. And
Yeah.
we've got the new backyard. to
Looking
show
forward to
off.
it, chest out, all that sort of stuff.
So Anthony's sweeping, Ava's got the rake out, Amy's got the secateurs.
oh, the hedges got done.
I've got the whippersnipper, if you don't mind.
hang on.
I've got the whippersnipper.
You're taking the piss now.
Chloe's got the pool vacuum out.
Yeah.
We've got the table clean. Everything is ready. Thursday comes. It's a big day in the Zeppelins household. Today's the day the Ellises are coming over. And then a text message arrives on the phone. Now, just stop that music for a moment, Sean.
It's a party stop. It stopped, does it?
It still hurts to read it.
Hang on. It's an emotional moment, is it?
6:10 a.m. Thursday.
Early.
6:10 a.m. due in 10 hours.
Yeah.
4 o'clock was the kickoff. Massive inconvenience, mate. And I'm sure you've purchased food. I've been up vomiting last night. Gastro has been through M's brother's house, and I've fallen ill last night. I'm contagious for 24 hours post last vomiting. Certainly don't want to pass on to your kids, mate. We'll have to be a scratching this afternoon.
Oh, the line had to go through it, Baz. It had to.
That's at 6:10. Amy's still asleep.
Yeah.
Kids are still asleep.
Yeah, how do you break the news?
They couldn't get to bed. They were so excited. Tomorrow's the day, the Ellises. One by one.
Sat them down.
Ava, are you awake yet?
Yeah.
Ave, I'm sorry. Zave and Emma are coming.
The WCN's not
What?
coming.
Pulls the pillow back over her head. Doesn't want to go on with life.
Doing her over the head stuff. Oh,
Chloe,
No.
Chloe,
I've let the family down.
the Ellises aren't coming. Who? Well, Chloe's the middle child.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
not as big.
No.
And then the slow and painful walk to Anthony.
Oh, no, Anthony.
Now, Anthony grows up in a house of 2 girls.
Yeah.
It's dominated by females. The big sell for Anth is Albie and Ted are coming
2
over.
boys.
You're going to have some boys in the pool.
Some mates.
He spent the whole day
No,
before
don't.
getting a basket
No,
full of
no, I've heard
dinosaurs
this.
ready
I've heard.
that he could share with the kids. Unfortunately,
No,
it's no go.
No.
And
I do feel bad.
and then finally to Amy. Amy, that shopping that you've done, those 2 shopping trolleys that you've filled up.
No, I feel bad. I feel horrible.
So we were all flat for
Yeah.
about 35 seconds. Then Amy texts her mate Louise and says,
Yeah.
do you guys want to come over?
Baz copy and pasted the text again. Hey, Louise, you want to
Happy
come
days.
over 4:30 kickoff?
We're back on, everyone. We're back on. Scratch the Ellises. You are feeling better?
No, I'm good as gold.
Good stuff. It does happen. So we've got to work out a replacement date.
I've got Gastro out of me now. I'm good to go.
2023, lock it in.
The Department of Veterans Affairs is so innovative, it not only improves the lives of veterans, it transforms the lives of healthcare professionals who serve them with access to the latest technologies and remarkable benefits. Transform your future at vacareers.va.gov.
Triple M breakfast with Basil and Zave on 92.9 Triple M.
This is from Making a Splash, Baz. Now, I know nothing about this, and I don't know whether you've put your foot in the water here somewhere, but rumour has it that Triple M's very own Xavier Ellis and Basil Zemplis have been approached to don the Speedos in the Celebrity Challenge event at Cottesloe Cup Beach Water Polo Tournament on Saturday the 22nd of January. As of yet, their signature is still elusive, and the event organisers are hopeful and waiting for confirmation in the near future.
Okay.
Olympic stars Brianna Throssell, Anina Kennedy, and Liz Parnoff have all put their hand up to play. Can we
Have
please
they?
get a please explain? Thank you.
Right.
Making a splash.
Well, I've not been approached. Have you been approached?
No, that's the first I've ever heard of
I
it.
used to play a bit of water polo at high school. I was in goals, of course.
The long arms, the
Long
levers.
arms, and
Yeah.
I didn't mind myself. Brianna Throssell's on the Gold Coast and I think has got COVID. So that's going to be a good effort for Brianna too. I met Brianna's dog on the weekend.
Did you? In City Beach there somewhere?
I met Brianna's mum and dad.
Yeah.
They go to
Is that a highlight?
the cafe that we go to. Yeah, of course. They're lovely people.
Grand final tickets.
And they introduced us to the dog.
Yeah.
And they said, this is Brianna's dog. And the dog's only 6 months old and was as tall as me.
It was a great day.
I've never seen a dog that big. I'm not really a dog person, so that's lovely.
So there you go. You haven't got us involved in anything.
Not that I know.
Because the 22nd of January, I've got a wedding, a very close friend's wedding,
But
so I'm
our
out.
promo department, who knows what they've been up to. Now, the opening bat.
Yep.
The opening
you
bat's had a
mentioned
run.
that.
Now,
Yep.
so there's talk that Justin Langer can't be offered a new contract and that Pat Cummins didn't back him up when he had the opportunity.
Huh?
When after the third test, he was asked,
we were 3-0 up.
Should Justin Langer's contract be extended? Pat Cummins, the coach, said, well, now's not the time to talk about that. And many people have interpreted that as an inside word on Justin Langer not continuing as the Australian coach when his contract expires in June.
Okay, so what if around 15 of the footy season, someone asked Luke Shuey whether Adam Simpson's the right person to coach, or Nat Fyfe's asked about Justin Longmuir, whether he's the right person to coach.
Well,
what would their answer be?
Typically, they would say yes, wouldn't they? They would.
They probably would,
And the
actually.
captain, they've won the T20 and they've just cleaned up the ashes and he held back. However, the opening bat says don't buy this palaver about Justin Langer not being offered a contract extension.
Okay.
He will get one. The only catch is it may be for 2 of the 3 forms, not all 3.
T20 gone. Oh, ODI, what would be?
Well, it just says 2 of the 3.
You'd probably ditch the ODIs, I reckon.
Maybe.
Flick them to the vice.
Maybe.
Okay.
So the opening bat, we're going to stand by your information, and let's hope JL does get reappointed.
Well, if he doesn't want to, it's on his terms.
That dirty rat.
Oh, the rat.
That dirty rat has been in touch. Guys, not sure if you're aware of this, something doing the rounds. Apparently a restaurant in Perth has been caught out with something in the salad.
No.
Now, here's an excerpt from what I've seen online from the diner themselves, who wrote, went to a restaurant, don't know what to do. I ordered a toasted wrap with a side salad. I ate half my wrap and had a few bites of my salad. I then came across what looked like a slimy piece of mescaline lettuce. Is that how you say it? Mescaline? Mescaline? Mescaline lettuce. And attempted to pull it out of my salad.
No.
Here we go.
My guts are no good still, Baz.
To my horror, this is when I noticed the slimy piece of lettuce had a tail and legs. It was a mouse. An entire whole dead mouse on my plate, wrapped amongst the salad I had just been consuming. I started gagging and almost threw up at the table. Now, the story continues about what happened when he or she mentioned this to staff. Yeah. I believe it was a female diner. But this is now doing the rounds. The name of the restaurant or cafe is not out, but I believe...
What area? Do you have an area?
I don't, but I believe other people do know, and that this place is being black banned and is currently being targeted on social media.
Imagine eating a wrap and Stuart Little sitting in your lettuce.
Nothing worse than that. We're looking for advice on her behalf.
Yeah, absolutely. Kat, good morning, mate.
Good morning.
What would you do? Have you been in a similar circumstance? How do you feel hearing that story?
Well, look, I think in some countries, delicacies such as rat and vermin are the go, but we're in Australia, so I think, she didn't really ask for an upgrade to a vermin, like a mouse or a rat. So I would definitely get in contact with the local council because they've got health inspectors, but also Department of Health because I don't think this restaurant's probably someone that's specialising in Eastern-style cuisine, that's for sure.
No, absolutely not.
Highly, highly unusual. Gee, that could actually traumatise you for years.
Absolutely. It traumatises me thinking about not even chew into it.
Lisa's in Ellenbrook. Lisa, Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you guys too. Just quickly, did you know Tom Percy's on Djokovic's case?
I did know that, yes. So Tom Percy, who works here, he got the case because he was the only lawyer with the time difference. Like it started at midnight over there.
To
when
roll
he first,
into a bit of everything.
No, they needed someone that was available, and they thought, well, let's ring Perth because they'll still be awake.
Gotcha.
And that's how Tommy got the gig.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I broke that as a rumour on another station.
Oh,
really?
Lise, well done. Well
what are you taking info elsewhere for, though?
Yeah, but Lise, this is
you guys were still away,
fair enough.
Guys, a few years ago when we were living up north, I came down to Perth to stay. Was staying at the Ibis. That was when the Ibis was around.
Oh, yeah.
And anyway, I ordered a side salad with another meal that I ordered, and when I went to get into the side salad, there was all these little black beetles running around in it.
Jeepers. And
so I rang room service and told them what had happened. They came and picked it up, and I got a night's accommodation out of it.
So you should have.
Free accommodation, yep.
So you should have.
With Basil and Zave on 92.9 Triple M.